If Medicare's on your plate, open enrollment starts tomorrow. We got the guy with some answers for you. We're going to talk to him right after this.
I want to be your disability rep.
Oh, here we are. I guess it's fall today. It kind of felt like it a little bit this morning, 44 degrees.
Yeah, it did. It was nice and chilly when I left the house.
Glad to feel that. That's good. But
Yeah.
I guess the fall weather and changing leaves means Medicare for some of us.
It does. And we talk about disability all the time when we come to these shows, but I'm also a licensed Medicare agent.
There you go.
And I help folks with those things. And in a previous life, it seems like 100 years ago, I worked for Medicaid. And so, we think about the Medicare, the Medicaid, the Social Security disability, all of them kind of dovetail together. They interact with one another, and it gets very confusing. And I always think about this kind of like when you try to help your second or third grader with math. You'll see questions sometimes, and you're like, no, wait a minute. We were taught in fifth grade we couldn't do this, but I guess in second grade it's fine.
Yeah.
And kind of sometimes the more you know about the programs, the more complicated things are. We don't know what we don't know.
That's an interesting analogy you just rolled out there, but please continue.
I saw that several times when the kids were in school, and I was like, "No, wait a minute, guys." But
I thought we weren't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But yeah, that is the thing with the Medicare and the Medicaid, and people don't realize a lot of times that there are some levels of Medicaid that you can continue to have Medicare. There are others that you can't. Medicaid is actually a combination of about 28 different programs. They all have unique rules. They all interact differently with Medicare. And so if you're finding yourself with Medicare and Medicaid, you really need to reach out to somebody this time of year. First of all, to make sure your Medicaid is going to stay in effect, but then also to see what other kind of additional benefits may be available under the Medicare plan.
Well, but let's be clear. You don't just do Medicare for people that are only for people that are on Medicaid. You can handle Medicare for anybody.
Yeah, that's correct. And I did that because, my Social Security disability approvals become eligible for Medicare. It seemed to me like a continuation of service.
Absolutely, yeah.
I wanted people to get good answers. And a lot of times, picking the right plan, getting with the right Medicare product is as important as getting approved for disability.
Yeah.
There are some penalties that are built in if you don't enroll for Medicare timely. Those penalties last for life.
Oh, my.
They can build up and be pretty significant. And so there's just a lot to think about.
So you have to enroll in Medicare.
Unless you have private health insurance somewhere else, you get subjected to a monthly penalty. And I'm not 100% sure on the amount. It's an odd standard. I think it's 9/11ths of 1%.
Well, I'm 53 years old. I don't have to do that yet.
Right? No. When you become eligible for Medicare, that's when you have to enroll.
When you become eligible for Medicare. See, I don't even know these things.
Yes, when you become eligible for Medicare is if you're on Social Security disability for 2 years and payment status for 24 months. If you have end-stage renal disease, you qualify for Medicare early, or if you turn 65.
65, okay.
Those are the three triggers.
All right.
But I encountered a guy the other day who was in his 80s. He didn't enroll in Medicare timely. He came in, wanted to pick up a Medicare prescription plan. He had like $78 a month worth of penalties that was built in because he was 23 years late in enrolling.
So every month he was having to pay an extra $78 on his premium?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Let's see.
But if you have questions about Medicare, give me a ring. We talk a lot about disability, but I really have a more vast understanding of the benefit programs at large. Don't really want to take food stamp calls. Haven't worked in that program for a long, long time. But Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security disability, SSI, children's benefits, disabled adult child benefits, all things that are within my wheelhouse. If you have questions, give the office a call. If you want to come in and have us take a look at your Medicare, I'd be glad to do that too.
Right there on the screen, 417-812-6698. You can call Roy. Rings his desk. He'll answer his phone. You can talk to him today. Final words?
No, I'll be in the office all week, so
All
give me a ring. Busy time, try to set an appointment if you would. That way we don't double book your time. We have plenty of time to sit down and chat.
Yeah, always a good idea. We'll be back next week with more from Roy. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys. I want to be your disability rep.